Welcome to the daily market outlook. We are about to check the charts and see what the market is offering us today. To start off, we are looking at what the weekly time frame of the DXY. So what we can see happening right now is that we have these highs that we want to see go on the DXY, but we are looking for what the right move. So on the daily time frame, what you can see is that we have been selling from the high which we want to get taken out. So it is preparing what it is trapping people and preparing the long move. So this sell which has occurred has induced some sellers, and we can see that what we have moved back to the upside and taken it out, some sellers out. I believe we have what induced buyers at this point. So buyers are induced, and I would like to see what SL back to the lows, maybe this low or further this low. So I'm very what bearish for the DXY in the days coming. If we watch the 4 hour time frame, we can see that what we are at this high. That's the high we are respecting at the moment. We could see the DXY what buy back up to the high. So we are also what's cautious, but we are just using our main direction. And I believe today we could see it what come to this low, but we just have to be cautious because it can buy up, take this high out, and continue what all the way to our higher time frame targets. But the direction for the DXY today is bearish, and I would like to see this logo. So if we move to gold, when we move to the weekly time frame, we can see that what we have mitigated this price action, and we are looking for what an inducement because we want to see what this logo, an inducement of buyers to be precise. So currently, what we can see is that what price has mitigated this zone to the left. We've seen the sell-off; it has traveled. Some people that were buying at this point, we've induced sellers, and I believe we could see what the long move back to these highs, or we will see a continuation to these highs before we what see the sell-off. So I believe this is what we will see on gold. So with that in mind, having a bullish direction for gold. As we can see, we are taking out this high at the moment. Currently you can see that gold is what buying to the highs. You can see that I have my target over there. I have my target over there because I want to monitor price actions once it takes out this high, because it's also what mitigated in the zone, and it could maybe take this high and we'll see a sell-off on gold, but it could also be what a continuation. You understand? So I'm more in the favor of longs, but if I see a short move with what price action gives me, I'll be shorting back to what these lows at the moment. So that's it for gold. If we look at EURUSD, starting with the weekly time frame, we can see that what we are respecting the zone, and that caused us to what sell off back to the lows. After that, after taking out this low, we've seen that we are respecting this price action to the left, which has caused price to move to the upside and cause this record structure. And with the DXY's direction, you can already tell where we are looking for, what we are looking for. So we can see that DXY is bearish, so EURUSD, we have it in mind that it's bullish, but we have to watch much price action. What we can see on EURUSD is that we've seen price what move to the highs up to this point, and we have buyers in price action. We can see that what we are still mitigated with this low, so we are just keeping that in mind. So we are looking for buyers at this point, and EURUSD, I believe we could move all the way to this highs before we can see something more or something different. If we move to the 4 hour time frame, we can see that what EURUSD has bought aggressively. Right now, what we are looking for is what? An inducement of what? Sellers. Then we can join the longs. I wasn't present early in the morning, so I was not able to what? Engage in this longs, but it was a nice long for EURUSD. Moving on to GBPUSD, starting with the weekly time frame. What we can see is that price is respecting this liquidity, and we've seen what? The sell off. Then we came to mitigate this zone to the left, which caused price to move to the upside and what? Induce buyers. At the moment, we can see that once buyers were induced from trapping the sellers, you've seen a sell off. We can see that what? We've moved up again to trap what? The early sellers also, and we are what? Looking for shots back down to this low. If we move to the daily time frame, we can see that we have seen what? A huge sell off from this inducement of buyers all the way to the low. A very what? Huge sell. I'm not a big fan of this sell because it's just one way price action, and it could easily induce what? It could easily induce sellers. So maybe we could get this an inducement before we sell. But this kind of trades are what? Very difficult, and they often what? Move to the highs. So GBPUSD is not looking the cleanest for shorts, but there's still a possibility that what is going to sell to the lows. But we should also keep these highs in mind, that we could see what buys all the way to the upside. But for now, for today, I believe GBPUSD can see that high. If we go to the 1 hour time frame, we can see that what it has been what? Very bullish at the moment, and we will be looking for what? An inducement. Then the long move back to this highs. So our last pair, which is AUDUSD. AUDUSD, when we look at it from the weekly time frame, what we can see is that we are respecting this high, and from there we've seen what? The sell off. We would like to see the low of the zone go, and if we hop on the daily time frame, sorry, let's go back to the weekly. On the weekly, we can see that what? We have this high at the moment, which I would like to see go, so that I think that's where we are going to see our inducement of buyers. We move to this high, buyers what? Get induced from here, and we can see the shorts. So that's the plan for AUDUSD. When we move to the daily time frame, we would like to what? Meet that plan. We can see that we have this highs, which is what? My daily target. I believe AUDUSD is the nicest pair to the out of all the others. We could frame some longs after we would see an inducement of sellers, then we can join the continuation back to the highs. So that'll be all for today's daily market outlook. Have a nice week. Bye.